Peace to the nation. I hope y'all doing well this evening. I'm headed to my assignment where I earn my daily bread. I call it the place that is finally referred to formally by its title as Candyland. And I'm headed to report to Master Candy to earn my daily bread by picking my rations by way of the fields. I already asked you all y'all doing well. I always want to wish you people out there well, whatever trials and tribulations that might be going on in your circumference in your world. But Father's Day was recently celebrated. Now, my father's long deceased. My grandfather's long deceased. There's no man that I revere. And I mean, and I don't mean that in an insincere manner. I mean, there's no man. Well, my uncle. Well, I got a couple of uncles. Yeah, those males who are of my blood, my lineage. Those are men that I can, I mean, of course, wise elders. You're not a fool. Disregard sage advice, sage wisdom. But Father's Day just recently passed, right? And I happened to be in Cleveland, Ohio, with my uncle, and he had formed a celebration, a reunion of sorts, the Hudson family reunion, where all the remaining of the 9 of my mother's, or the 8 of my mother's brothers and sisters, they gathered together with their children and their grandchildren and their cousins and all this, that, and the third. My uncle, as of men at that time, and I don't want to put it out because all men were like that, but it just seemed as if this was a time where certain stuff was going on in the 70s, and you being a father in the 70s, you had certain obstacles per se. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be fresh out after the civil rights bill passed, and I guess they felt they had done enough for the Negro folks, the Black American, Afro-American people. But don't let me get too far ahead. This right here, man. It was Father's Day. It's a made up holiday. It's a so-called holy day. A day in which some power or significant entity place meaning behind it that you're supposed to celebrate. I guess in some places it may be not even a choice whether or not you celebrate this particular holy day, and I guess in America it's optional. Shout out to Juneteenth. But Father's Day, and I really don't want it because I have a brief time. But I went up there and I have female cousins. I have a whole lot of female cousins, and I generally hang out with one particular male cousin, and that's my uncle's son. It's conveniently right before, seemingly right before I got there. I guess everybody else got there before everybody else kind of got there too. He fell out with my cousin fell out with his father. Now, I hear about it, and it's just like, I guess it's just fresh or whatever. He just left it. And I'm like saying, man, I don't come this way that often. And we are men of age. Me and my cousin are men of age. We're around the same age bracket. Everybody coming up here. Everybody that could come is coming up here. Why would you? I mean, you cannot have your self-control of your emotions as a man long enough to persevere before you put on a performance where you not only show up at the celebration, the reunion, you say some pretty drastic things, some pretty horrendous and hideous things about your relatives on Facebook, and also by way of words to me in my ears about my people, about my uncle. Hi, Ben. Hi, Fat dude, Farley. I think that's Farley. But yeah, you do that. Why would you do that? Well, everybody's up. So now it no longer becomes this is supposed to be the family celebration. And people are not long on this earth. The elders are not long on this earth. You do this. And I must admit, I was infuriated. I mean, I guess, I have to be able to be a man and process my emotions. But my thing about it is man, you are expressing emotions in a way that one would consider epicene or feminine or girly. And it's like on some love and hip hop outrageous type shit. And this is your father, and you are a father. And you would say these things about my uncle, my mother's brother, your father. And even as we exist as cousins, I'm not going to honor you speaking ill against my people, even if you are my people, especially when the people you're speaking on or that my mama and my uncle is very close. I guess I think they were born, like my mother's older than my uncle, and my uncle was born after my mother, if I'm correct. In all these years, we all in the 70s and the 80s, and we took some ass whoopings, man. And our parents, might be on the drink or whatever it is. And they've experienced trauma. My uncle is a Vietnam War veteran. So, it's all kind of shit to come with that. But at the end of the day, he raised 5 children under one roof. Stayed with his wife until she died. Misses his wife to this day. I say this, and there's certain other things I've seen in some of the other male members of the family, and it's an abundance, a plethora of feminine energy. I have a lot of female relatives, and a scant few of male relatives, and and I exist on an island by myself. I don't have to deal with nothing. I don't have to deal with nobody calling me, asking me to do nothing, woo, and me having to tell them no or yes or whatever. And in my mind, there's ways that certain things are supposed to go. And not saying that I have to be the what they say, the misogynoir, heavy-handed big daddy of yesteryear. But there's certain expectations one, expect as a man, and those expectations are expect man to be seen if you're dealing with another man. And a situation like this, and the caliber of man in which this one, I don't care who you are, whether you the son or whatever, best friend, whatever, man. I know the caliber of the person that you speaking on. Man, you got to hurry up and fix this shit, man. It's like driving on a West Virginia road. The caliber of the person that you speaking against, and you want me to look you in your eye and commingle with you after I know that, man, no, man. I know my pops was fucked up. Them 70s daddies, man, wearing them motherfucking silk rayon shirts and them platform shoes and shit with the leather, and the afro sheen blowout kits, and the leather belts with the holes in them, the metal holes in them. Them was different kind of niggas. I don't know what measure of trauma they experienced in order to become who they are and issue out the type of abuse many of them did. Not all, I imagine. Not all fathers put the spear to ride and spoil the child. But It's the same because I know, my cousin been locked up. My cousin had to go through all these situations and circumstances, and that shit ain't free, and that shit also requires support. What do they call that? Just support, hell, But I don't know, man. It's a longest, it's a bigger conversation that I need more time to spread about, but. I don't know, man. This measure of manhood in this day and time is where the men don't know how to build and don't even know how to have decent conversations. I hate when it does that. You want to be big boss man, but it requires certain characteristics. You can't, you spread your seed irresponsibly. A man should have as many wives as he can afford. It's one thing, to have side chicks and things of that nature, but there's certain measures in which you can carry. If you have to stay within your means. Like I said, it's a bigger conversation, but I was like saying, man, I guess there's a son's day in existence, but what I seen, in reverence, my father ain't here no more. For good or bad, I still get a nigga props and honor him on some situations he trying to do for us, for his people. You put on a show, cuz, and I'm not done. Cause they be on my neck about possibly putting shit on the social media. And this nigga put names and said some horrendous things, about, some almost criminal type shit on his relatives. Put your palms to the sky to receive all blessings. Nigga nation and nothing. Peace and love to you all. Thank you all for tapping in. One of these days, YouTube. One of these days, I don't know, man. Hey, I guess I could keep on working on my presentation and my dramatization. Peace and love, man. I'm gone. Oh man, fucking YouTube.